On Dubois Road, or for the rest who have been giving me a headache about my pronunciation, Dubois. What's up everyone, it's your girl Njerie Gitau here. For those who are new to the channel, welcome, karibuni. Feel free to take a seat and hit that subscribe button so that you can become a part of the family. For those who are back for the second, third, or even umpteenth time, then welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'd like to share 5 cheap accessories that I use on my FAUX LOCS and where you can find them, particularly in Nairobi, Kenya. Now, without making the intro unnecessarily long, let's just jump straight into the video. The first accessory I'm going to share are these barrel-like clips for your FAUX LOCS. I like them because they're big, and I got them at Super Cosmetics for I think 95 bob. Yeah, for 95 bob, the Super Cosmetics on Koinange Street. And if you take a look at that, you'll notice that one, it is in that goldish color, and then you will also find that it has an opening at the back where you can sort of open it up and then close it back again. What we're going to do is just open it up, go and sort of tie it or clip it around our FAUX LOCS, and then sort of cinch it or press it so that it can lock in, and you can space them out across your hair as you deem fit and whatever it is that looks good to you. The second accessory I'd like to share is this gold thread over here. It's like the universal thread for braids since 2016, and I got mine at Natural Hair Kenya, but that was like 2 years ago, and I got about a meter, but I honestly don't remember how much it was. I feel like it was about maybe 100 bob. All the same, I've been finding that nowadays the braid companies tend to tie their braids in this type of gold thread. So once you actually get your braids from the packet, you can keep them and sort of tie them so that you can get a thread of your own, which will have cost you nothing except the amount that it cost you to get your braids. Then I will just go in, select one of my FAUX LOCS, and then with the thread in half, I will sort of just crisscross the thread along the shaft of my FAUX LOCS until I get all the way to the end. Once I get to the end, the thing I like about the FAUX LOCS and this thread is that because the FAUX LOCS are a bit ragged, then I'm able to just tie my thread around the FAUX LOCS and secure it in place so that it doesn't move and it stays put. And at the end of the day, this is the result that you're going to get. The third accessory I'm going to share are these sort of rings, and they're gold. They come in a pack, and I got them at Super Cosmetics for I think 125 bob. That's still the Super Cosmetics that is on Koinange Street. And one of the things I like about these are that they're miniature and they sort of get to disappear into your hair but sort of peek out at the same time. So they're accessories that are not in your face. Now, each of these rings has an opening. You twist it so that it can get open, and then twist it or press it back into itself so that it can close. What I do to get them onto my hair is that I look for the opening, I twist it open. Once I have a clear opening, I'm going to put it into my hair, and the process I use is very similar to how you wear your loop earrings. So I'm just going to loop that into my hair, and once it is in and securely in place, I will just press that in and sort of gently twist it back so that it can close. And there you have it, the ring is in your hair, and then you can go ahead and distribute them across your hair the way you think that it actually looks nice. When it comes to hair accessories, and especially when I've braided my hair, most of the time I tend to go for DIY hair accessories. I find that within my stash of bracelets and necklaces, I already have some stuff that I can actually use to spice up my hair. And if you haven't watched the updo video where I used one of my necklaces as an accessory, you can check it out and see what I'm talking about. So for the fourth accessory, I'm going to show you how I use this bracelet. It's actually a hand bracelet that I used as a connector between these two sort of barrel clips. Now, I find that this came out as a necessity in as much as it looks a bit extra. I came about it by the fact that when it comes to these chunky faux locks, I find it hard to use bobby pins to secure them in place and for them to still have movement and look really nice. But with such a connector, I'm actually able to keep my faux locks in a particular shape without having to like jab bobby pins at my hair on my scalp so that they can just stay in place. And then it's really just graceful in the sense that there are no bobby pins being seen, and you can see it sort of connects to accessories. For this particular bracelet, you can see that it's also gold in color. Now I go ahead and open up that clip that is used in almost every bracelet. Then I pick that clip and attach it to the inside of one of the barrel clips that I already have on my hair. Then I tie it around my faux lock once, stretch it out across my hair and connect it to the second barrel clip. For the end, because I don't have a hook on that side, I use a bobby pin to secure that in place and then hide the bobby pin and the remaining part of the bracelet that is not part of the connecting DIY clip for my faux locks. This is the result that I get, and although I feel like it looks a bit fancy and extra, I also really like it. So the fourth accessory I'm going to be sharing was also sort of a DIY. I made this sort of, I don't even know what they're called, but they like extend and they're accessories for your hair and for your braids. And I made them the first time that I had faux locks. So I usually have some crafts hanging around because I sort of do a lot of on the whim DIYs. So I had wire, I had weird pendants from lost and broken necklaces hanging around. But if you're not the kind to have just random stuff hanging out in your stash that you can make your own accessories with, you can actually find these either in Masai Market, on Dubois Road, in Super Cosmetics, and they range in terms of price depending on the length, the thickness of the brass they use, or how they have sort of changed up the look. Like for this one, I got it on not Dubois but Dubois Road, and you can see it sort of has beads. It's the same, and you can see it also extends, and this one was about 50 bob. Yeah, it was about 50 bob. So if you can't do the DIY, then you can get this for cheap on Dubois Road, Masai Market, or even in Super Cosmetics. When it comes to these particular accessories, they're usually spiral in shape. What I do is I ensure that the top part, or rather the end of that spring, is connected to my faux lock. I take it round, and then now I'm going to just go ahead and take my hair into those sort of crevices and spaces in between the spirals of the accessories so that I can end up with like a length of sort of silver streaks, and at the end I will have a nice little cute and just very noticeable love heart hanging, sort of like a pendant at the end of the process. So that's about it when it comes to the 5 cheap accessories that I've been using on my especially chunky sort of bob braid faux locks. And if you don't know how I got these faux locks, just click over here and you'll be able to see the tutorial of how I achieved these faux locks at home using the Jamaican bulk braid. Now, for me, I usually try to focus mostly on DIY accessories and things that I can use from like my jewelry and other things. And that's usually because I have a feeling that when I go like on the street to try and buy accessories, I'll either buy what I don't need or buy stuff that will not look the way I want it to look. But if you're the kind of person to do especially or mostly store-bought accessories, then you can check out Super Cosmetics, you can check out Masai Market, and you can walk along Dubois Road in the CBD if you live in Nairobi, Kenya. I am not going to go ahead and give you stories. I will just thank you for watching this video and let you know that if you got to this part of the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, hit that subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, and I look forward. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.